why I decided to get a hair transplant at the age of 38, now 39. It's officially been 4 weeks, 1 month in, give or take a couple of days. The intense recovery stage is pretty much over. Scabs have gone. Hairline has settled down. But now we're entering a completely different stage. Shock loss, shedding, and the waiting game. So as promised, I'll give you a little bit of an update. I'll show you what's going on with my head. And so yeah, let's show you exactly what it looks like after 1 month. Let's give you a tour of the head. We've got the front, over the top, left side, right side, back. Let's let you have a look. And if you look back at my first day surgery and then look at this comparison, it's night and day, complete difference. But I appreciate obviously going from those early transition stages to this. There's probably not much of a difference, but I can definitely tell. But I'm very, very happy with it. How do I feel physically after 1 month? Scalp feels more normal. I'm still keeping my my moisturizing and washing routine, but it's on alternate days now, so it's not every day, it's every second day. Apply the moisturizer, the foam, for 45 minutes. Stop, rinse, shampoo, the medicated one, rinse it off, dab in my head. I'm not aggressively drying this out. And then in the interim, the days that I'm not washing it, I'm more or less applying aloe vera gel just to keep my scalp moisturized, because it's still summer here. We're in the middle of a drought. I haven't seen any rain for weeks. No one has. It's very, very strong UV light out there, so I've been very, very careful. Hats on, aloe vera, sunscreen across my forehead, all looking good. So the numbness, is it still there? Oh yeah. Not as bad. I would, if I was going to say like my first couple of weeks, numbness at a scale of 0 to 10, at that point it was a kind of 8. It was tingling, it was sensitive, it felt sore. Now it's gone down to about 2 or a score of 2 or 3 out of 10. The back is still tender. Numbness, it's weird. I've had it, it's been a month, as we say. I've kind of adapted to it now, but it is still numb in pretty much every single area. The back in particular, because I've got a fat head, so I've got the natural, well, I say natural, I've got the crease in my skin as around the back of the skull. That crevice was very, very sore, particularly when I'm sleeping. So I'm just making sure I'm keeping it moisturized, keeping it top notch, and touch wood, we're okay. But no pain. Sensitivity is slowly returning. But yeah, all looking good so far. So hairline. It's quite difficult to see now because we are in the shock loss phase. So the hairs that had been freshly transplanted in, sorry, it's very hot here, across my forehead, my natural fringe, those hairs now have actually fell out. So what you see now is pretty much where we were before the transplant surgery, but obviously you can see some shading where obviously the hair follicles are still there. Now, one thing that I was not anticipating, and bearing in mind, hygiene-wise, I've been keeping myself very clean, as I always do. I'm a very hygienic guy. But I've noticed these swellings that are coming up. I had one there, I had one over here, probably about a week ago, and I had a massive one on the top of my head. Now, actually having a look at them a little bit closer, you can't see on here, and I'm not going to freak you out by doing any of those gory close-ups like the pimple doctor. It's an ingrowing hair, so the follicle itself, the hair's dropped out, and then the new hair is trying to push through, but it's kind of getting trapped underneath my skin. I've never had ingrowing hairs before. Maybe I'm blessed, maybe I just know how to shave myself and obviously trim my body. But oh boy, these are painful. It's almost like a little bit of a boil. So what I've been doing, I haven't been touching it. It's so tempting to scratch it. but I haven't. I've just been treating it with some medicated ointment. Here we use things called Sudocrem. And you can get other antibacterial creams. So I'm just applying some before I go to bed, first thing in the morning as well, after I've had, if it's wash day for the head, or if I'm washing obviously my face, I will just very gently clean it, making sure that my hands are clean as well. But when I say I'm not touching it throughout the day, I'm not aggravating and leave it as it is. I've been told this is actually very, very normal. I spoke to Cosmetica, I gave my check-in, my 1 month check-in, sent my photos over and told them I've got these things coming up on my head. Absolutely normal. Leave them, the hair follicle will push through and we'll be fine. I've just got to keep an eye on it. We don't want things to get infected, but I think as a general rule, if you're unhygienic, you're not keeping the area clean, it's going to get infected. But I'm not like that, so we're okay. Everywhere else, I mean, the sides and the back, I mean, this is how my hair was before. It's not particularly thick. You can obviously still see my scalp through here, but I'm generally very happy with it. It's balanced out quite nicely. I've had lots of comments actually from friends and people, like work colleagues and so forth, saying how good it looks, even in this stage. So yeah, huge compliment to Cosmetica. They did a grand job in terms of obviously getting the hairline right and the structure. And yeah, the donor area, has grown back beautifully. Yeah, it's just a bit weird now because it is actually growing, but I've still got the patches, but all good. In terms of medication, supplements and so forth, I'm not very keen on taking and putting things into my body that I don't know what they are. Now, I was given some, I wouldn't say it's medication, it's more of a kind of a herbal additive for your diet, quite a few of them, little pills. I'm not taking them. I don't know what they are. I mean, I put them into ChatGPT, questionable. So this is just my personal opinion on this. I'm not going to put something in my body if I don't know what it is, or it's going to react with something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to stay well clear of them. We're doing okay at the moment. These additives, food supplement additives, are actually to stimulate hair growth, but yeah, we're not at that stage yet. I may consider at month 2 to try and supplement my diet with them, but I'm not starting anything now. I mean, we're doing so well with the recovery, I don't want to introduce anything unnecessarily. Yeah, it is completely optional. And my personal choice is, yeah, I'm just going to let it ride and just make sure I keep everything clean, and make sure that my diet is nice and balanced as well, which it is in terms of fibre a day and fruit and veg, and making sure that I've got plenty of iron in my body as well, which is always good. Yeah, so that's my personal choice on that one. Where are we on the scores after 4 weeks after our first month? Pain, 0. I've got no pain. Healing, doing very well. Apart from these ingrowing hairs, I'd give it an 8, considering these little buggers. Numbness, I'd say a 2 and a 3. We already covered that one off. I say it's a little bit sensitive around the back. Numbness hasn't fully returned, but we can cope with that. Hair growth, shock, lost stage, difficult to tell, but I'm very confident in this. Yeah, I'd give it an 8 or a 9. We're looking very good. My confidence, definitely a 10. I've got to that stage now where I don't look like I've just been ravaged with a lawnmower on top of my head or been in an accident of some sort. Actually, I don't really care. I go out. I'm not bothered about covering things up unless the sun's out. And people have been very complimentary to me. And actually, I've had a lot of people come up to me, particularly when I walk my dog in the park. Gentlemen of a certain age, shall we say, or very similar to me, actually saying, well, how much did that cost? Where did you get it done? So yeah, I've been referring people. Obviously, Cosmetica was always my first choice. So yeah, when people are asking which clinic it was, I've very much told them all the details, and I wish them the best of luck. Am I pleased I did it? Yeah, 100%, most definitely. Any regrets? No. I probably, the only kind of very small regret is that I didn't stay in Istanbul in Turkey for some additional time. Might have been easier actually, rather than just rushing back to the UK. But I'm one of those, if I'm not necessarily ill, but if I need to recover, there's nothing better than your own bed and your own environment and just being around those that matter to you. But yeah, hindsight, I probably should have stayed a few extra days just to make sure that I was fully comfortable. We didn't have any concerns, but yeah, all is well. I'd invite people to like, subscribe, and share some comments with me. Have you been through a similar thing? Have you got these ingrowing hairs? I'd love to hear from you. 100% I'll reply back to every comment that I get. So yeah, thank you so much. And I look forward to bringing you another update next month.